Hello, my name is Ananth Iyer. I'm a professor here at the Krannert School of Management, and I'm here to talk to you about a book that I wrote with former student and now colleague Alex Zelikovsky. This is a book that talks about orchestrating supply chain opportunities, and the subtitle is Achieving Stretch Goals Efficiently. So what do we mean by orchestrating a supply chain? Alex and I started thinking about the following issue, and that is that for many companies, delivering profits basically implies taking advantage of small window opportunities where there's an opportunity to do something tremendous, a large spike in sales, a large need for resources, and it's that ability to orchestrate that stretch that delivers the bulk of the profits. We started looking at this problem, and so we basically said, if a supply chain is provided a challenge which says rise to this occasion where there's a small opportunity to have a big impact, how do you organize the supply chain to do that? So let me start off with a few examples. One of the federal agencies that my colleague Vinayak Deshpande and I have worked with for quite a while is the U.S. Coast Guard. During Hurricane Katrina, the U.S. Coast Guard, in a matter of 2 weeks, had to do as many rescues as they had done the previous year. And so an interesting question was, how did the Coast Guard organize themselves to do an entire year's worth of work in 2 weeks? What happened to how did all the coordination take place? How did the assets get moved from various air stations to New Orleans and back to the air stations? And how did all this get orchestrated very rapidly in response to where the hurricane hit? Well, that's the topic we're interested in. At the same time, Alex Zelikovsky several years ago was director of logistics at Amazon.com. And those of you who know Amazon know that come Christmas time, Amazon sees a very large spike in sales, a factor of 4, 5, or even larger than their usual volumes. Now you might say, well, Christmas is predictable. Yes, but the volumes are not. Every Christmas, Amazon has to find a way to orchestrate this large surge in demand, which is temporary during the interval around Christmas, and they have to deliver by this deadline to keep all the kids and parents happy. How do they do that? A third example that I've been involved in is humanitarian supply chains. In humanitarian supply chains, there's a humanitarian crisis, and that crisis can come either because of a famine, because of war, because of destruction due to an earthquake, etc. In all of these cases, there aren't resources sitting around. There aren't people permanently assigned. It's a whole group of people who come together, go to the site, and orchestrate the response. Well, how does that get organized? So that's what drove us to write this book. We started off looking at 6 different cases, and in each of these cases, we basically tried to understand what the issue was, how the companies and how the supply chains organized to deliver performance. Now, as educators and people and consultants, one of the things we're trying to do is trying to boil the essence of the response down to an acronym and an idea. So let me give you the acronym and explain the idea. So the acronym is FAR, FAR, and it means the following 3 things. F deals with flexibility, and by flexibility we mean the ability to deal with a variety of task variety. That's flexibility. A deals with agility. Agility deals with fluctuations in volume, large changes in volume, and how you adjust to that. And R deals with the real option. A real option is a way to have a buffer, have a plan, have a plan B, if you will, which says that if volumes grow, I have a plan B. If things change, I can count on this excess capacity. If you read how Amazon and Land's End and various companies deal with the surge during Christmas, they have retirees, they have a whole bunch of people who come together just to help them deliver. The same is true with humanitarian supply chains. So the approach we said, well, once we have studied these different contexts, let's look at how a manager can build in real options to deliver flexibility and agility in the supply chain. We believe that this capability is key to delivering success in the modern global supply chain. Volumes will grow. Last-minute changes by competitors will have a huge impact on sales, whether sales go up or sales go down. New opportunities might emerge when one of your competitors stumbles. A lot of these things cannot be predicted in advance, but these are things that you learn at the last minute, and the question is, what do you do about it? Now, from our perspective, we think there's a portion of this success that requires planning. And that planning says, when you think about capacity, plan for a sudden surge in need. When you think about your personnel, train them so they can also do other tasks. When you think about equipment, plan the capability of the equipment, spend a few extra dollars so it can do other things than its specific task. So we think that this approach to thinking about the supply chain really transforms the capacity in terms of equipment, the facilities in terms of the resources that you bring to bear, and the training of the people. And we think that that really portends a different style of thinking about supply chains. We're very excited about this sort of different lens that can be brought to bear. So if there is one message I need to get you to think about, is the three letters FAR: flexibility, agility, and real options. And once you think about these characteristics of the supply chain, we're confident, Alex and I are confident, that you'll be ready to leverage your supply chain to orchestrate stretch opportunities in your global supply chain. Thank you.